I'm here with Nicole Woods, the Director of Digital Strategy and Communications here at the Independence Visitors Center. Tell us how the government shutdown has affected services and your hours here.
We are usually open 363 days a year, closed only on Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. Open 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. On May through September, we're open till 7, so we extend our hours between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So for us to cut back our hours of operation and the days that we were open was something that we waited until the last possible minute to enact. With the government shutdown, we have the opportunity to stay open, but as a federal property, we will lose our federal funding. So the National Park Service typically makes an annual contribution toward our operating costs, and we won't receive that during the case of a federal government shutdown.
So in essence, you will not get that retro funding back.
We will not, and our employees are not federal employees. So we had some staff cuts of our part-time staff, and our full-time staff were not receiving 1 day pay out of a 5-day week.
My thought is it should not be a short deal. It should be everybody back to pay. They're working every day. They should be paid. Unfortunately, I think what the government doesn't understand is too often people are living paycheck to paycheck. So without being in their shoes, he has no way to determine what was at stake for the shutdown to be so long. Many people have lost apartments. A lot of people are going hungry, and it's really not fair to the general American people.
So do you think it was worth holding out for funding for a border wall?
Absolutely not. If someone wants to truly come here, they're going to find a way, wall or no wall. And to hold back people's personal lives and their livelihood because of something you feel that's going to be a deterrent, it's not fair.
How do you think it impacted the country?
Well, it definitely impacted the people that couldn't work. And so you had a lot of those, like almost 1 million government workers that missed 2 paychecks. Yeah, I just think that it seems like it hurt a lot of people unnecessarily.
Do you think it's worth holding out to get funding for a border wall?
No, because I personally would be against that. And so if they wanted it, they could have had it when they controlled both, when they controlled the legislature and when they controlled the White House.
I'm glad we can at least reopen for a while. There's a lot of bad things that have been happening with the shutdown. So, I mean, I'm glad it's open for the time being. I hope we can get some results before they have to shut down again. Not necessarily shutdown related, but in a situation where people aren't getting paid. As a banker, I think it's unfortunate so many people don't have an emergency savings for those types of situations so that they can be able to continue on and pay their bills. I mean, it's definitely unfortunate that they're not getting paid. I don't think that's right at all.
Do you think it was worth holding out to try to get funding for a border wall?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of expenses that go into illegal immigration, where a border wall, I mean, of course, it's not going to stop all illegal immigration, but it does deter a lot of people that are trying to cross. I'm a strong believer in immigration. I think it is great to have immigrants come here into the country. However, we do need to have a legal process that might be a little easier. I think that's something that needs a little bit more focus.
I think it was highly unnecessary. I was never in favor of the funding for the border wall. I don't think it's really going to stop anything. And it was just terrible to have all those people out of work for over a month. You know, bills not being paid, people not being able to feed their families. And it was pretty much over someone having a temper tantrum because they couldn't get their way.
Well, I feel really bad for the employees that were affected, especially in airports. You see, like, flights having to delay their, airlines having to delay their flights just because TSA is affected, and also just families not getting their payment on time and working unpaid is just, it's really sad.
I understand both sides have agendas that they're trying to push, but it seems like a rather inappropriate way to try and get what you want.
So this is the first day the government is back open here on Independence Mall. Independence Hall behind me is back open, as well as the Liberty Bell. Reporting for PhillyCAM Voices, I'm Monica Robinson.